Hey guys, it's Kirsten with Mini Session Inspiration. Okay, Chelsea set in this picture and she didn't like how her sweater was kind of puffing out. She didn't want her family to be like, is this an announcement of some sort on Christmas? So, even though her legs and arm and everything looks super skinny, I get it. If this was a picture of me, I would probably go a little ham on the Liquify. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to click on the band-aid over here. This one straight log line is bugging me, and probably that one too. All right, everything else I would keep. Okay. Sorry, sometimes little things just. All right, so I'm going to do Control J to make a duplicate layer just so I can show you before and after. I guess I can do that Liquify, but anyway. Okay, so you're going to go Filter, and then right here, Liquify. Let me zoom in so you can see. Whoops. All right, well, that's probably too much. Okay. So the fifth tool up is the freeze mask tool. So we're going to freeze stuff that we don't want to move. I don't want your arm to move. Oh, and my computer just froze. All right, I'm going to count to 5. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, and then I'm just going to jump ship. Okay, we're going to freeze your hair. I don't know why my computer keeps freezing. That's very weird. My computer is normally incredibly fast. Oh, okay, so we're just going to freeze. I'm going to make it a little smaller, and I'm going to freeze his crotch. We just don't want any of that moving. I don't know why there's a lag. I literally did this a minute ago, and it was totally fine. So, weird. Okay. So freeze all the things. Then we're going to go up to the forward warp tool that I called the pokey finger for probably 15 years before I realized what it was called. And we're going to, so the size of the brush, you can use the bracket keys to big, little. The size of the brush is important. If you do little and try to move, it's going to do that. So you want to make it bigger so you can just slightly push, slightly push. And you just want to be incredibly mindful because professionals can tell when you've liquefied stuff. So, you know, you might fool your parents, but you're not going to fool us. So you want to just do little tiny movements. You don't want it to be, you don't want to go totally, like I wouldn't flatten it all the way to yourself, you know what I mean? So you can make it smaller as you need to do littler adjustments. And we're just pushing, pushing, pushing. Okay, so now the fourth one up is the thaw tool. Just make sure everything's thawed out. All right, and then we can go down to the preview, which is also just the letter P. You can do the letter P too, but okay, I'm going to go back up to the forward warp tool, make this a little bigger, and it's okay if your hair moves a little bit, no big deal. I'm just going to go and extend it upwards a little bit to just blend it in. I think everything is fine. You're still young and cute, so I would keep pretty much everything. My problem I had with my Christmas minis is it's really popular. It's so funny. It's like so 80s to me, being from the 80s. Those big, huge, bulky sweaters. And I'm like, oh, those are never flattering. But like every teenage girl wore them. And I'm like, ugh. So I get it. All right. So now let's just do a real quick. So I get it. That's more flattering. And I know you're tiny underneath there. You're liquefying the sweater, not your body, so it's fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I just did another later so I could show you before and after like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and flatten that. Okay, one other thing, since we're here anyway, I wanted to just go up here to edit and do sky replacement. Now, literally the default setting right here, I was like, ah, oh, you know what? I just love how that looked. Just having a little bit of blue and orange, just a little smidge. I always just kind of, oh, that looks awesome. Come on, you double click and it goes to 0. I guess not. Oh, good. I pressed enter prematurely. Anyway, but it opens up as layers. I usually shut off the foreground. Well, I didn't get to fix the problems. That's bothersome. You can lower the whole opacity. And what I'm going to do is put a layer mask on the whole shebang. I might make that go a little taller. And then I'm going to get a black brush. My cat is sleeping on my left arm. Okay, so first of all, at 100%, I'm just going to, it got on your face. I'm going to make sure it's not on you and your honey, because that looks bad. Okay, now I'm going to go down to 20%. Now, if I was still in the sky dialog, this really wouldn't be an issue. But I'm just going to kind of go click, click, click at a lower opacity just to keep the sky in the sky, not have it go down lower. And I'm going to even lower this to like 60. Just to make the sky not so stark white. Let me do that again. Honestly, I like it white too. It doesn't even bother me. I'm going to go ahead and just flatten that. Now, just to show you, I wouldn't do this in real life, but just to show you, someone else asked about warming up the sky or doing something like that. But I'm going to go File, Place Embedded, or Place Linked. It works. They both work the same. I'm going to go to where my overlays live. And then my light overlays. And then I have them in my Florabella. So I like that one. Now, with a black background, you change the blending modes. You highlight the layer, change the blend mode to screen. That gets rid of the black background. Click on the Move tool up here. And if you hold the Shift key down, you can kind of, you know, alter the aspect ratio here. I was just going to go kind of like low on the horizon. Oops. Let me get rid of the, just put it on that. Okay. Maybe lower the opacity just a smidge. I like how that just kind of makes it look like it's, I don't know, before bed or the sun is setting and you're smooching, and it's cute. I'm going to go ahead and flatten that. Anyway, there you go. Just some tips and tricks. Other than that, I would probably leave everything as is. Just one more overlay. My cat just jumped down. Place Embedded. We're going to go back to my overlays. I have my holiday ones that I like. This one is really subtle, believe it or not. And I like how there's foreground, background, you know, different levels of blur. I like a whole lot. So we're going to line up the corner, hold the Shift key, and bring the other corner down. Now, because it has a black background, we're going to do the the screen blend mode. I'm going to add a layer mask to it down here, the rectangle with a polka dot. Okay, so a white, so we're going to get a black brush. White reveals, black conceals. We're going to put the opacity at 100%. We're going to lower it because I just want to paint it off your faces. I guess we can remove just a little here and there. The distracting ones, I guess, but I would keep a couple to make it look authentic. You can always lower the opacity to just keep the snow, but just lighten it a little bit off his crotch. There we go. Then that just, I mean, it's a barely just a little bit of sprinkles of snow. Then I have one that's a little bit more non-blurry. So place embedded. Is that it? That's the one I did before, right? This is the other one. Hold the shift key. Double click. Change the blend mode to screen. Ah, that's adorable. Let's put another layer mask with a black brush. Let's go 100. Just take that one off right there. That's kind of annoying. I think that's adorable. So cute stuff. Okay, there you have it. Have fun playing. I have 171 other videos too if you're so inclined. So have a look. Bye.